Welcome back. It's Saturday and we're excited to have Christina Denali here with us today. Welcome to the show, Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Thrilled to have you with us. Thanks for being here.
Pleasure to be here. Super excited. Love you ladies so much.
Thank you, Christina. So, Christina, you're a business coach, right? And you've worked with a few different businesses, and you started off in corporate America, correct?
Correct.
So, tell us more about that journey, if you can.
Sure, I'll give you the short version. So, I am what's known as a serial entrepreneur, which means I've owned several businesses before I started my coaching business. So, I found out probably in high school, college that I was different and unique and that I was truly an entrepreneurial spirit. So, you kind of just know that about yourself. It's like in your DNA. And I actually started my first business at 24 years old, a brick and mortar women's clothing boutique outside of Atlanta, Georgia. And so to fund businesses, you have to have money. And I, wanted to work and have a career as well for stability and security mainly. And so I did work simultaneously as I became an entrepreneur. And so long story short, my last corporate position, I was an executive director at a digital marketing agency here in South Florida. And I was there about 5 years. And so very successful on paper, had the cushy title, great team under me, worked with some brilliant people, made six figures, but I wasn't happy and I wasn't fulfilled.
It sounded like you were first your own coach. That's what it sounded like. And Christina, you hit something really important over being overwhelmed. And you recognize that a lot of women that you were working with or that you've seen have been overwhelmed. And you came up with, I think it's called the power of three approach.
Yes.
So tell us more about that, please.
Thank you for asking. Yeah. So again, what makes you unique and what's going to be your proprietary method? How do you stand out in the sea saturated market of coaches? So what I noticed, and ladies, I do want to fast forward after the first high ticket coach that I invested in, I actually went on to invest in 3 additional coaches. So I'm highly invested now, about 25K all in with these 4 different coaching programs. And the reason why I wanted to do that is one, I wanted to become a first class stellar coach myself. I wanted to give my clients the best of the best program. I also wanted to learn what I liked and what I didn't like about all coaching, delivery systems, programs, digital courses versus coaching calls, group coaching versus one-to-one coaching. So I wanted to learn it all. And then I was going to pull the cherries out of everything I learned, make it my own and make it simple. One thing I noticed in all these different programs, I'm in these Facebook groups with hundreds of women and they're crying out, asking questions, tech overwhelm. I'm stuck on this. I don't know how to do that. I can't sync or integrate this. I can't set up my funnel. And you're just like feeling really bad because I'm in the same program they're in, but I'm quickly identifying that overwhelm is the main sentiment, right? So not only did I take that away, but then I also realized the content and the material, the curriculum is way over most women's head. I got it because I'm savvy and I came from digital marketing. That's not the average woman, right? So their learning curve on putting together a ClickFunnels, they're like, what is this? I don't even know how to start, let alone set it up and then integrate it into my MailChimp account. So the point is overwhelm was number one is the problem. And then the curriculum being too, I think, high level, too sophisticated for most women. Okay. So I then took all the content and I have literally 20, 30 notepads of my personal notes through all these different programs, webinars. I've spent probably over 50 hours on webinars. I'm highly, highly studied. And what I did is I converted all that content into mini micro trainings with 3 steps. Okay.
Right.
So for example, just to make it more digestible, like I always lead with everything I do with my clients goes back to 3 desired results: freedom, flexibility, and security. So no matter what you really want, I want to get my kid through college. I want to get married next year in Europe. I want to save so my husband can retire. Whatever our why is, it leads back to one of those 3 buckets, right? So that's how I lead. Everything we're doing is going back to those 3 things. And then for another example, I teach the 1 funnel, which is ads to webinar to schedule call. That's 3 steps that can get you high ticket clients. 1 client to pay you $5,000 or $8,000. So if you need to replace your income of 10K, that could be 2 clients at $5,000. Would you rather sell to 2 people or would you rather sell to 100 people at $50, right? So these are the methods I teach to make it digestible so the woman not only can retain it and understand it, but can apply it. That's most important, right? And that is really important to me to be able to see my clients execute and build that muscle of confidence that they're seeing results in a short period of time. So that's my power of three. It's just the delivery of how I teach.
Thank you so much, Christina. We have so many more amazing conversations coming up, so don't change the channel. We'll be right back after the break.